Alright, so I'm back on the video. We're back on the reaction backslash talk about it. So we are here with the truth is Cenat is pushing the prison agenda. Now, to be honest with you, I have made probably about 5 to 6 videos about this one topic. Literally. I just never dropped it because I said I'm gonna edit them. Then somebody else drop a vid. Then somebody else drop a vid. And then somebody else drops a repeat of the same video. There's so many people talking about the Cenat prison agenda that he's pushing, right? There's people saying that Cenat sold out, right? He sold his soul. Like Soul Illuminati say he sold his soul. They're saying that Cenat sold his soul. And then there's clips that, people would genuinely ask him, did he sell out?
I know what I'm jacking. I jack Jesus Christ. I jack God.
Can we pray real quick?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We can pray. We can pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. God, I pray that we have a successful stream tonight. I pray that those people in the chat, they are generally happy and they have everything going for them that they want in their life. I pray that they understand the value of waking up in the morning. I pray that they understand the value of breathing each and every day. And I pray they understand the value of life in itself. I pray for those who are struggling day by day and trying to make it out. I pray for those who are just looking for happiness in their life. May they come in this stream and leave with happiness at the end. I pray for those families that need it. I pray for everybody's families in this chat right now, and I pray for us to just have a great night and, just be blessed and more blessings to come.
Right. So then he'll go on another stream and he'll say a prayer, right? Boom. Then there's the other half of the coin, the other side of the sheet of paper. That during his subathon there was some very he sold his soul type.
When I die, my family better get paid, or I'm gon' hunt your soul one day. It will happen when you sleep. I'll be right there when you blink. He sold his soul. Yeah. He sold his soul. He sold his soul. He sold his soul.
Type of things that he had in his streams. He had some magicians in there. That had him in there tweaking. Had him doing the Smokey and Friday in the pigeon coop. Had him in here like, bro, he's one of them, right? The most popular clip is the clip of him getting sonic boom.
What the
By a clown, a mime, whatever he was. He said, and then the clown said, boom, 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 in his backbone, right? And then Kai just gonna act a little dumb, like, why you do that? After he told him to do that. After Kai told him to do that, right? But then there's this clip, right? Because I was doing some research. Y'all probably gonna skip over this whole intro anyway. I did some research, right? Because I keep seeing Cenat sold out. He sold out. I come across this clip, and I felt that in my soul. I'm like, yeah, he sold out. This is giving me he's selling out vibe. This came from his subathon, because he had them Spider-Man sheets. Matter of fact, That clip right there just it hit me a little different, bro. Cause like he keeps saying, he's jacking Jesus Christ. You must don't know what I'm jacking, which is wild. You even have to say all that, right? You could just say, bro, I don't get out like that. I'm not part of that community. I'm not a sellout. It's just simple like that. You ain't got to get irritated. You ain't got to get mad. You ain't got to raise your voice. Just be straight up honest, bro. I don't get down like that. That's not my genuine. It's not who I am. Simple. You could have just said it just like that, right? So, anyways, let's get into this, bro.
Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm
Then
back here
he
with
get
D.
boomed on the
Hey
internet.
everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Cenat pushing the prison agenda. Let's get right into it. In the past few years, live streaming has really started to become more popular than ever before, finally reaching what I would call its peak last year going into this year. Streamers started to get more and more popular as millions of people started tuning in for their entertainment. The biggest streamers go live and manage to gather hundreds of thousands of
This
live
dude's such a geek. This dude went on a date with Ruby Rose and got capped on one.
watching any given stream. This is partly the
Ruby
reason
Rose
these
is
streamers
lying.
are
I
being
hope y'all know
declared
that.
the new rappers, as they're massively popular and just like rappers have been getting
Hey,
million-dollar
look,
deals.
streaming is the new TV. I promise you. People don't even watch TV no more. They just turn on Cenat. I show speed streams. They don't even watch TV.
Aiden Ross is one of the
That's
more
why I call him
popular
Gen Z.
streamers who was rumored to sign a streaming deal with the site Kick for $100 million deal. More money than most rappers see in their entire career. You may ask yourself why these streaming sites are giving these streamers so much money. Well, it all goes back to influence and control. Streamers are the new rappers in the sense that they're the ones with the youth in their hands. The kids now
That's
want to be
sneaky,
like
yo.
their favorite streamers, just like they want to be their favorite rappers. The elite see just how much influence these streamers have and want to be able to control it. If they can control what the influencer says and promotes, they can influence the entire generation of kids who admire these streamers. These big corporations buy the influence these streamers have by offering them million-dollar deals. The fact that they pay them that much lets you know to what extent the influence goes. This technique isn't new. They have been doing this with everything that is popular. They did it with rappers in the music industry. Record labels who are owned by the elite of our world sign rappers straight out of the hood, then use them to promote destruction to their very own people. They pay them to rap about violence and glamorize the street life and codes. This way, when those who are influenced by the music live out that influence, they can end up in a privately owned prison, owned by the very same people who signed those artists. This is why these streaming sites are giving hundreds of million-dollar deals to people like Cenat, who has the urban youth in his hands. The kids love Cenat, which is why the record labels are sending all their...
This is what I said in all those videos that y'all probably will never see. Me personally, I don't take streamers like Kai or Speed serious like that in the sense of like, oh, like their content affects me in any way, because it doesn't. But I think the way how they present themselves on the internet is their viewers and subscribers. Like, dude, Speed and Kai have the streaming world on lock, other than Aiden Ross. Speed and Kai got them on lock, right? Speed's audience is like 11, 12 to like 15, 16 years old. Kai Cenat is more like puberty to like 18, 19. It's for real, like, if you really look at well, he has his comments blurred. But if you see his comments, his chat or whatever, you can tell the age. So you know the age that they going for, bro. It's the kids. I'm telling you, it's always the kids.
No, to get to the
The kids is the next generation.
must go through
After them,
This is
trust.
the only reason Drake, the biggest artist in the music industry, chose to attend Kai's live stream the day his album came out, instead of Academic Stream, which is a more hip-hop related live stream. Drake chose Kai because he knows he has control over the youth. This is the reason Kai was
Definitely.
offered millions just to stream. The streaming companies are doing the same as the labels, buying the influence these streamers have. Then they are using the streamers to promote whatever aligns with their agenda. What's interesting is that Kai, just like many rappers, comes from an urban community. He's a Bronx native
They
like
were saying that this is depicting the Jesus pictures. I'm telling y'all, bro, they gonna say a lot about Kai Cenat,
They
bro.
signed Kai to a lucrative deal to promote destruction to the same youth that populates the community he comes from. Most people think Kai is just a harmless live streamer whose job is just to entertain. The thing is, this is far from the truth.
They said he sold out. That's how he ended up on Good Burger. If y'all seen them trailers, I seen the trailer already. He just all of a sudden I see Kai Cenat on Good Burger too. And then y'all know the Keenan, the from Keenan and Kel from back in the day from the 90s. Oh yeah, Keenan sold out for sure. Cause his face ain't aged. He's been having the same face scan for the last 20 years. You could tell Kel is aged, right? You can see like the wrinkles in his face, you know, he's aging. Keenan? The exact same face from Keenan and Kel, the same face from Good Burger 1, and he still look exactly the same today. It's wild, but anyway.
Used to push a destructive to entertain. The thing is, this is far from the truth. Kai is being used to push a destructive agenda. Recently, we're seeing a perfect example of this with his prison stream he called 7 Days In. A little over a week ago, Kai Cenat started his 7 Days in Prison stream that consisted of him and other streamers pretending to be locked up in a fake prison for a week. During the stream,
there's people saying that this is not really giving a jail, it's giving more of a slumber party, it's giving more of a kickback, it's giving more of like, you know, slide to the jail cell with me real quick. And that's not what jail is, because jail is like, I've never been in jail, but I have family members that have been in jail. They told me a bunch of stories. Like, you know, jail is not like this. And what's tragic is, I wish I could have showed him this, but I can't show him now because he passed away just recently. My uncle just passed away from jail. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish I could have showed him this so he could really give y'all the real inside spiel of what jail is like. But from the stories I've been told from other people, man, jail is not like this. You're not going to see blacks and Asians and Mexicans all in one like this, all together. They really like segregate, like blacks stick with the black people, Asians stick with Asian, Chinese with Chinese, things of that nature, right? Latinos with Latinos. What you definitely not going to see is women running around twerking on tables. Now that's some other stuff. That's entertainment. That's for content entertainment purpose. Because I'm gonna tell you this right. Nobody wants to see Kai for 7 days on a bunch around a whole bunch of men. You know what I mean? Like you know, they don't. People don't want to see that. So of course he's gonna invite women up in there, standing on tables. Throw that in a circle. Throw that in a circle. Yeah, of course they gonna do that. Kai was sleeping with one of them. In a real jail? Oh yeah, it's Planet of the Apes. If you a woman and you go to a man's precinct in a cell, a male prison like this, and you standing on tables throwing around in a circle, oh yeah, you getting took. Lion style, you getting took. Like a tiger. Like you know how in those matadors they be having the capes and the bulls they be running through the cape, or they be wearing the meat necklaces and you running for dear life from that hungry lion. That's how they gonna be looking at you if you standing twerking on tables. Yeah, took. Raw too, because they don't care about none of that. You see with all these allegations with these streamers, you think they in prison, they don't care. You getting took raw because they don't care. Anyway,
to be a
let's keep
prisoner
on.
while glamorizing it to his fans. Most of us know prison is a serious situation, and we should all make sure we never end up in there. Recently, a friend of mine got out of prison after 7 long years, and for what he tells me, is nothing like Kai Cenat makes it seem. Kai is being used to glamorize prison just like the rappers are. Rappers are used to influence the urban youth in hopes of either getting rid of them or putting them in a prison where the elite profit off their imprisonment. Prison is a massive business that makes trillions of dollars a year, and just like every other business, it has men that profits from it. These same men are the ones giving these kids hundreds of millions of dollars because they'll make it all back at the end. Kai knew when he signed that deal that he was selling his soul, and he had
the United States.
See, you got another one.
Reliable, affordable way to send more joy.
That's the second person that said that. That's the second person that said that Kai sold out. Another person said that it was just for entertainment. And another person said he didn't necessarily sell out, but he was talking more about the Bible, how they bust out the Bible in a jail like that. But
if you know what I'm going for, you know what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying?
self. Kai knew when he signed that deal that he was selling his soul, and he admitted this himself.
You see the fit? If you know what I'm going for, you know what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to sign that deal. I want to sign the deal. Sell my soul. Sell my soul. Sell my soul.
He knew that by signing these big
Yikes.
deals with these corporations, he would become property to these corporations, a puppet that they can use. This is exactly what Kai revealed by admitting he was going to sell his soul by signing the deal. During this prison stream, Kai is making prison look fun and enjoyable, like it's just a giant
That's
hangout for the
Krishan.
boys, when in reality,
See? There you go. See?
admitting he
Listen.
was going to sell his soul by signing the deal. During this prison stream, Kai is making prison look fun and enjoyable, like it's just a giant hangout for the boys, when in reality, it's an eater of life and opportunities. Why is this
Word.
what Kai Cenat is using his massive influence to promote? Knowing that where he comes from, many people end up in prison throwing away their lives over a decision they were influenced to make by the rappers they grew up listening to. Kai knows the urban community youth is targeted. He is not dumb. Instead of using his massive platform to bring change and positively influence his audience, he sells out
Word.
to the elite and is being used to push the prison agenda. This is the disturbing truth of our world. People are selling out, becoming puppets just for money and fame. Now, for those that are gonna say Kai is doing nothing bad and it's all comedy, you need to wake up. Influence is why companies sign these people to begin with. They know they have a lot of influence. They literally call them influencers because they influence the masses. Kai is doing what he is told to do, promoting incarceration to the youth, making it all seem like a giant joke.
And then I didn't see this like live, but I seen some clips that he had some kids in
The
there
rest of the
already.
people who are going to say what Kai is doing is not bad, as their shows like 60 Days In, it is not the same, and you guys are wrong. Number one, both of these shows are bad, and just because one person is doing something incorrect doesn't mean another one should do it as well. Plus, 60 Days In at least paints some reality of prison. They're not popular influencers with massive influence over the youth, acting like prison is funny and a place to hang out with the guys. They're actually showing some reality of the dangers that happen within prison. It's two completely different situations. So many
And there was a lot of people that was saying that in response to, oh, if 7 days in is lame, so is Snowfall lame, is Beyond Scared Straight lame, or is 60 Days in lame too? Since they showing jail scenes, all these other shows that show jail scenes, is that lame too?
kids
It's
were
all the
already
same
influenced
agenda.
by drill rappers to throw their lives away in the streets. Now, they have influencers making prison seem like a fun old time. You think this is a coincidence? This is a well-constructed plan to continue to mentally and spiritually control the urban youth. We need to wake up and stop supporting the things that are created to destroy us. Don't let the nature of it being a joke to fool you. The reason they want Kai Cenat to stream this is because they know what influence it'll have over the children.
Yeah, and actually, he wasn't the first influencer to do this whole.
So I know who she's finna say. There's a lot of influencers that was doing this. I think Drewski did it when he was part of the 7 Days In too. What's his name? The Carlos Miller from Wild 'N Out. He did the exact same thing. And then had the audacity to say that Kai Cenat, that what he's doing is crazy. Which it is crazy, but Kai did 7 days. Carlos did one. Like maybe 30 minutes.
Mr. Beast has done this quite a few times.
I seen Mr. Beast do that
He has
too.
a much younger audience, and I feel like they use this opportunity to make jail seem like it's playtime. Especially in this Kai Cenat live stream, they're walking into prison with a group of their friends, chilling, having a good time. They're not really showing their audience the real reality of life in prison. Something else I realized is that in one of the episodes, they invite Krishan Rock, and at some point, she starts saying some prayers, and yeah, that sounds really nice and all, but my problem with this is, just a few months back, she had somebody attack Vicky for doing the same thing on the Baddie East show. Obviously, we can see these things are being done just for the camera, but I feel like this makes her very hypocritical. I don't want people to see Krishan on Kai's stream and be confused and think that she's supporting Christ. The fact that she got mad when Vicky was doing this and then she goes and she does it, it really shows her true colors and reveals that she's really not serving Christ. I feel like they're using this whole prison stream situation as a big joke to influence the youth, but what's sad is that prison isn't a joke. It's really years of somebody's life that's just being wasted. They're not able to be out in the real world doing anything successful with their time because they chose to be on a path. The paths that they're choosing, they're being manipulated to take through the stuff they're being influenced by on social media and the music.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially when you mentioned the Krishan Rock situation. So many people probably saw that in the stream and felt happy and felt that, wow, Krishan Rock is probably turning to Christ or is serving Christ. That situation that happened on Baddies. And to myself, I said, yeah, this is not someone that
That's a good point, though.
is serving Christ or is
It's a
for
good
Christ.
point.
Even if she wants to pretend she is. She showed their true intentions on the show. And it's already common that the industry loves using these influencers and celebrities to push their specific agenda. And they'll create narratives and create images for these artists or influencers like we've seen with many rappers in the past. Recently, I just spoke about Akon. Akon's a perfect example. Akon never really went to prison, but his whole entire persona, his whole entire image was of being a man in the streets, surviving the streets, years in prison, even though
Yeah, Akon know better. He African. He better not be going to jail.
He did get in
They
trouble.
gonna be saying convict music. Get in that cell with me. I see you whining and crying in that cell. That's how they gonna be singing to Akon if he really went to jail. Yeah.
Weapons charge. But
Yeah.
after that, he was given probation. He didn't go to prison for it. So his whole convict image is fake. An even better example is with Little Mabu. Little Mabu is the best.
Nah, Lil Mob. Yeah, this dude, bro. I called him. What I say? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah. Yeah, this dude really trying.
It's fake. An even better example is with
He's just a regular, Caucasian white kid trying to get in the rap game, bro.
Little Mabu is the best example of all of it. His father was a multi-millionaire when he already had him. He's grew up in mansions and has everything he's ever wanted. But then he goes and pretends and cross-dresses as a gangster who goes to the hoods in the Bronx and in Brooklyn and makes songs with drill rappers pretending to be gangster. This is literally what the industry does. They use kids like these that they can influence the youth to follow this path. Like you said, a path of destruction.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You mentioned all of those old rappers who are rapping about things that they didn't do. They helped create the rappers like K Flock and D-Thang, promoting this life of destruction that these kids didn't know was just a facade. So eventually they grew up and actually participated in this stuff and ended up in prison. But before they got in prison, they were making music about destroying each other, turning around when somebody was hurt or not here anymore, and then mocking them, spreading this all over, and everybody was just consuming this. We saw where they ended up, just listening to the rappers who were not even living that life, just pushing the destruction that they were being paid to push.
There's a famous hip-hop urban legend I've spoken about in the past, and even Crazy Bone has spoken about it as well. They said that years ago, a secret meeting happened in hip-hop where the elite met with some of the biggest hip-hop executives, and this is before hip-hop was about to go through its transformation and blow up and be what it became today. And supposedly, during this meeting, these elitists that were there were actually investors in a private prison system, and allegedly they invested into the music industry and paid these executives heavily and gave them a lot of budgets to be able to sign gangster rappers.
Is that Debo?
And gave these executives a reason to sign
Debo!
these gangster rappers
Tiny
because
Lister.
they promised them more money and told them that these are the only rappers they wanted to push. The reason allegedly that they did this was so that these rappers that are signed can then promote gangsterism and street culture and create this street culture that we have now that would lead to many people being incarcerated. This meeting was never confirmed, and this is the reason why I call it an urban hip-hop story, but it still seems like it's what really happened if you ask me. Just look at the music industry. In hip-hop, they promote destruction and they glamorize it. They make it seem like a great thing. Just like we see Kai Cenat promoting the prison system. Kai Cenat is there showing himself in prison, having a good time, reenacting scenes in movies, trying to make it a blast. When the kids see this, they think that
they did a lot of Stomp the Yard. I peep game.
It's a good old time the same way. They're young. They're influenced wrong. How many things have you not done when you were young that you now think are really dumb as an adult? That's what you need to understand. These kids, look at these influencers, look at these big rappers, and they want to be just like them. So when they see things like this, they don't think as prison as this bad thing no more. They start to relate prison as a joke because this is the experience that they're seeing from Kai Cenat. And yes, the kids know it's fake, but they think that Kai Cenat is reenacting what really happens in prison. This is what they believe they're seeing, so this is what's going to influence them. Just think to yourself, why else would these streaming companies give hundreds of millions of dollars to these young streamers if they did not have that kind of influence?
True. That is true. Why would they be paying them millions of dollars if they ain't had no motion? That's basically what he's saying. If you ain't got no motion, these streaming sites, they're not gonna pay no millions of dollars.
And
Bro.
use them to promote whatever they desire, to manipulate the audience to be whatever they desire, you know?
Yeah, and you want to know something crazy? Two of the largest shareholders in both media and prison is Vanguard and BlackRock, and we already know that BlackRock has a big hand in everything. All of the food companies fall under BlackRock, and if you take a look at all the food, the majority of it is not good for us. If you look at all of the cleaning products, shareholders of BlackRock,
that's everything.
not all these cleaning products are safe for us. So it just goes to show us that they don't care about us, and they're going to go all the way around and do whatever they can do to cause destruction for us. Make it seem like it's all fun, but when in reality, they're imprisoning us. They're keeping us in a trap. We're stuck on the same hamster wheel doing the same things repeatedly for them.
You know, it's a great point that you mentioned Vanguard and BlackRock, because you're right. These are two of the biggest investment companies that they have their hands in just about everything, and they also are invested heavily in the music industry. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're behind these companies as well, because these streaming sites came out of nowhere, and it's not cheap to run a streaming site. It's not cheap to start one either. They had big investors, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of those big investors are Vanguard, the same people that have their hands in the music industry and dictate what's being spread through there. It's all an agenda, and they're using the most influential people to play this out. This is how you get it done. These rich men, they don't have any influence. They have power, they have control, and they have money. They have to buy the influence with that money. They have to go to people that are influential, people that people want to be like, and give them the money, and now they have the control over them. This is what's been going on for centuries, and it's not going to stop anytime now. What we need to do is wake up, and we cannot be supporting things like this. We cannot get behind things like this and go watch it and validate it, because it allows them to continue it. It allows them to keep on spreading content like this because they don't feel pressure to stop. That's what we need to do. We need to tell these creators, this is going too far. You're influencing the youth to do something wrong. Stop it. This is when we...
honestly, they could have just did this at the house or like an Airbnb or something. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if he would have did this in an Airbnb and not a jail, nobody would really be taking it as serious as people are taking it. But since he's doing it in a jail, it's agenda based. You can't tell me what he was doing. He couldn't have did that at somebody's Airbnb though. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been way different.
That they have made for us. Well, that's it for this video. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Hey man, y'all let me know down below what y'all think. Y'all think Cenat sold out, or do y'all think this is just for entertainment purposes? I don't really take none of these streamers serious like that. If I do watch, I'm just, bored, but I don't really take like streamers like Kai, Speed, them type of streamers, that type series. But anyways, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.